A friend of a friend. Hercules leaped up off his knees elated. He grabbed my paws and spun me around until my brains felt like cottage cheese. Thank you. You're welcome, Hercules, I cried, staggering across the room to grab hold of my desk. Now tell me more about this case. What's so important that you need my help? Well, my cousin Brutella, Hercules' friend, vacationed in Hawaii last year, and this friend became friends with the jewelry designer there. Brutella met her at a party when she came to New Mouse City on business, and they became friends. And now she needs help. My head was spinning. Wait, who? Hercules frowned. If you're going to help with the investigation, you have to keep up. Don't just sit there like a blob of melted Gouda. Before I could sputter a reply, Hercules continued. The who doesn't matter. It's all about the what. This jewelry designer, friend of Brutella, is marvelously talented. Her name is Kealoha, and she became famous for her nature-inspired creations. She has designed a special piece of jewelry inspired by a Hawaiian flower garland called the lei for a wedding of a celebrity couple. That's very interesting, but what does it have to do with you? I asked impatiently. I'm getting to that, Hercules snapped. I'm going to Hawaii because some rascally rodent has tried to steal it 3 times. The first time, the thief tried coming in through the window. Then the thief tried to get in through the backyard. Finally, the thief tried to disable the alarm. Moldy mozzarella! This must be some necklace, I thought to myself. Obviously, the thief is determined. I promised Brutella and Kealoha that I'd help keep the necklace safe and track down the would-be thief. That's why I need you, Geronimo Stilton. Trustworthy, loyal, smart, and the only mouse I know that's not already on vacation. Hercules chuckled as my fur flashed red in annoyance, but he stopped suddenly and looked at his watch. Slimy Swiss cheese! We have to move fast. Our flight is leaving soon. I clutched my paws together. How long do I have to pack? Hercules looked at his watch again. Exactly 17 minutes and 42 seconds. What? I squeaked. Hercules tossed me an empty bag from the corner of the room. No time for talking. Stop mousing around and let's get going. He started his timer and I took off running. I ran around the house like my fur was on fire, trying to pack my bag. 1 minute left, Hercules called. Squeak! I had just finished tossing the essentials in my bag, extra vest, sunblock, cheese sticks, when Hercules' timer sounded. Hawaii, here we come, he cried, propelling me out the door. Air Mouse. We made it to the airport just in time. I was so tired that I plopped myself down, belly down, on my suitcase to catch my breath. Hercules pulled me up by my tail. Wake up, cheese brain! This is no time for a nap. Our plane is about to take off. Just then, an announcement screeched from the loudspeaker. Flight number 3478 to Hilo. Boarding now at gate 4. Holy cheese, that's our flight, Hercules squeaked. Hurry up or we will miss it. I was too tired to move, so Hercules piled the suitcases on the luggage cart with me and rushed us to the gate. I could hear all the rodents in the terminal whispering and laughing. That mouse on the luggage cart? Isn't that Geronimo Stilton, the famous writer? Why is he being wheeled around like a block of cheese? We boarded the plane just in time. As soon as we buckled our seatbelts, the pilot made an announcement. We are expecting turbulence during the flight. So please keep your seatbelts fastened at all times. We're in for a bumpy ride. I hope nobody on board gets airsick. I turned as pale as a slice of provolone cheese. Turbulence? Bumpy ride? Airsick? Rotten ricotta. This didn't sound good. Plus, I'm afraid of heights. Before I had a chance to change my mind, the plane's engines were revving up, and we were racing down the runway and into the sky. The plane gained altitude, but it bounced up and down because of strong winds. Next to me, Hercules calmly ate a banana. Do you want one, Geronimo? He asked me. They're the perfect plane snack. Ugh, I couldn't eat a thing. No thanks, I said weakly. Maybe I'll just look out the window for a little while. But as soon as I looked outside, the plane dipped suddenly. My stomach did flips, and I started to sweat. Cheer up, Geronimo, Hercules said, seeing the look on my snout. I'm sure the ride will even out soon, I grimaced. I've changed my mind. I want to go home, I cried. It's too late for that, silly mouse, Hercules said. Besides, it's just a storm. We'll be there in no time. To keep your mind off the flight, I will tell you stories from my mouserific family history. I once had an aunt who was so afraid to fly that she swam everywhere she went. Thankfully, Hercules' story was so boring that I fell asleep. By the time I woke up, we were landed at Hilo's airport. After we deplaned and picked up our luggage, Hercules searched the crowd for Mouse, who was supposed to be meeting us. Fortunately, Hercules' distinctive, bright yellow hat made him easy to spot. We didn't wait long. A tall, young mouselet with long, dark fur strode towards us. You must be the famous Hercule Poirot and Geronimo Stilton, he cried. He squeezed each of our paws in hearty shakes. Jumping Jack Cheese, you have a strong grip, I groaned and cradled my paw. Aloha! My name is Makanaki, but everyone calls me Kai. My friend, Kaloa, sent me to meet you. I'm going to be your guide while we're here. He grabbed a few of our bags and gestured us to follow him. Strangely, he walked right past the parking lot and continued towards the beach. Before I could ask what was happening, Kai had ushered us onto Hilo's marina. Traveling to Kaloa's house will be much faster by boat, he announced. In front of us bobbed a blue speedboat with Kai Travel Tours and Tales written on the side. My whiskers quivered. I get seasick. Kai loaded our luggage on his boat, not noticing my anxiety. I take tourists to all of Hawaii's different islands and teach them things about Hawaii, he explained. Kai started the engine and we shot off into the sea. The boat rocked side to side through very tall waves and I grabbed my stomach. I turned green from my ears to the tips of my tail. Hercules happily reached into his bag for a snack. Doesn't the sea air make you hungry, Geronimo? He called to me. Anyone want some of my bananas? I groaned, but Kai looked stern. It's bad luck to eat bananas on a boat, he told Hercules. Hercules sighed. I'm sorry, I'll wait until we go ashore to eat a snack. We'll be there soon, Kai said. But for now, just enjoy the natural beauty of Hawaii. The scenery was indeed mouse-tastic. Rocky cliffs towered over white sand beaches, and the ocean glittered under bright blue skies. We sailed past the Kauai volcano. Glowing hot lava flowed down dark rocks all the way to the cold ocean where it created a dramatic burst of steam. Wow, what a view, Hercules and I exclaimed. I know many folk tales about volcanoes, Kai said. Would you like to hear one? Volcanoes are nice, but my favorite thing in the world is bananas. Do you know any stories about them? Hercules asked. Kai burst out laughing. Sure, I do know a folk tale about bananas.